I wonder how many big questions you have been asking yourself lately. And I say this because in this podcast, I sit down with Carol, a very close family friend of mine, and I have a small pack of cards with very big questions. Sometimes people won't want to answer these questions, but that's the point. So yeah, we sit down, we talk about these big ideas, and this isn't your average English language learning podcast, okay? This might even change your life. Remember, it is an advanced language learning podcast, so yes, I have the captions at the bottom and vocabulary support at the top. If you don't like that, well, there's a link in the description and the comments for the same video without. But I recommend you watch it in chunks because there's a lot of advanced vocabulary that you can learn, and it's just a really, really meaningful conversation. All right, well, let's get started. Okay, so this podcast episode is a little bit different because I have a small pack of cards here with big questions.
Big questions.
They're very difficult, and I intend on going out on the street and asking strangers these questions as well. So, Carol, I'm just testing it out on you first.
Yeah.
And I think that if these questions are okay for you, perhaps they will be okay for the average stranger.
I don't know, David. You see, you and I know each other quite well. I'm into big questions because I'm a coach, and I don't think everybody will immediately resonate with all of these. But I think it's great that you're going to try.
Yeah. Well, that's why I think you watching at home, if a question does resonate with you, please answer it in the comments, honestly. And don't use AI, just write your opinion and let's talk to each other. I must say that the one challenge today is the wind, but I hope that these microphones are working well enough.
Yeah.
If they're not, I apologize. Anyway, well, let's go then, Carol.
Thank you.
Here are the cards. Pick a card.
I'm going to pick this.
The top one?
Yeah.
All right. We have, when do you feel most alive?
What a great question. I mean, aside from now, because we're sitting in nature, which is a great thing to feel alive in, I would say for me, it's about the arts. So for example, I'm going to London soon and I'm going to see a Cuban ballet dancer called Carlos Acosta, who's an extraordinary dancer. He's 50. So he's really kind of retired and got his own ballet company. But the thing is, I think that when somebody comes your way, so I'm in London at the time, or it could be here in Sheffield where I am, something comes here where somebody is really at the top of their game. That is a magical thing. A human being has spent many, many years learning that craft, that art. He's trained, he's like a gymnast, an artist, all put together. And he's coming together with a ballet company that's also extraordinary in a place, the Opera House in London, that's also extraordinary, with lots of amazing people, to produce something for us to watch for one evening. I mean, what a gift is that? And so when I see all the things that have gone into that, and that's also a collective experience that I'm watching, I just feel so excited. I feel exhilarated. I feel that's very lucky. That's part of the civilization being in the condition that it's in. You don't get that in every place. So the conditions here are very good for that. And think of all the things that have gone into that, all the sacrifices that have gone into that. So when you start breaking that apart, you don't just see the performance, you just see what created that. And that's hugely complex. It's like the universe being created.
Yeah. Wow, what an interesting way of looking at it. I definitely agree that when experiencing and watching excellence in action is incredible and sometimes difficult to experience. You know, for example, for me, this might not compare, but for example, for me, watching an NBA basketball game in the finals, where you have people that have been training their entire lives. And it's just we've just seen the World Cup, and it's like you see it's the same thing, but in sport. Absolutely. It could be in sport, music, any art, you know.
Absolutely, and I think that's so right, because we've got the Olympics, we've seen recently, so there's so many things that people are dedicating and refining and training and expressing themselves in ways that are very individual.
It's like writing as well, isn't
Yeah.
it? Like a writer who has written all their life,
Yeah.
and you can just tell by the way they write.
Yeah.
And it's amazing. Okay, next one.
Okay. Another one off
You
the
like
top.
you like to pick the top ones.
I do, yeah.
It seems. I'll shuffle them next time. What enjoyable things about life on this planet would you tell a visiting alien? So, in other words, if an alien came down to Earth, what enjoyable things about life would you tell them?
Well, I think it's really difficult, isn't it? Because you don't know, what they're bringing, what their perspective is, and how that would be different. It's a bit like when you're abroad, you don't really understand how you sound trying to speak French with an English accent because you're you. So you don't know if you're an alien. But what the things that I would say, I think one thing would be, so there's like the individual experience, there's also the collective experience in life. And I think building on what I was saying earlier about the ballet, for example, you've got music. So I sing in a choir with 4 or 5 different voices, 40 people, but different harmonizing, different, I don't know what you call them. Anyway, soprano, treble, top, bass, etc. And when you're singing together, there's something that you create that's much bigger than an individual voice, a solo voice singing. So when you bring those harmonies together, you actually get vibrations in the body, you get the sound that's very different. It creates emotion in me when I sing. It kind of can move me to tears or make me joyful. And that's a shared experience which is over and above the individual. And I think we see that. That's why people love to go to huge concerts at Wembley Arena or whatever, to see people and experience that as a collective rather than an individual, because you can sit with your headphones on, but it's not the same, is it? And I think there's that. And I was also thinking about like raves, I haven't been to a rave, everybody, but I understand that can be a transcendental experience, which is fantastic.
Can you explain transcendental experience?
Well, it's something like where you're just almost out of your body, you're not in the here and now, you're connected to something much bigger, including the people that you're with. So I think that's part of it. I mean, you can be a monk having a transcendental experience on your own, but that connection to other people is a very different experience when you're doing it. So I have meditated in groups, for example, and that is a very powerful experience, more than meditating on your own. For me, it's much easier to meditate in a group than on my own.
Okay, that's really, really interesting, because you know the concept of FOMO, fear of missing out.
Yeah.
Well, there's the opposite. I'm just going to ask the camera operator behind. What is it? Fear of taking part or something?
Right, yeah.
Is it?
Being included.
Is it fear
Phobia.
of being
Yeah.
included?
Phobia, that's a great one.
Phobia. And I think that's me. Like, so for example, I don't like the idea of experiencing music as a huge group. It's very deeply personal and an individual experience for me. And same with meditation. I feel like if I were to start meditating in a group, that it would intensify my ego, right? Or the thinking mind, let's just say, of like, am I doing well enough? Am I as good as others? Is anyone watching me?
Yeah.
Yeah. But I've never done it.
Yeah.
So but it's really interesting. I think I definitely have the phobia a lot in my life, in most areas of my life, weirdly enough.
I can see what you're saying, and I think, even in a group, well, not even in a group, I'm agreeing with you that you can have those feelings of, am I doing it right? You can have that feeling when you're on your own. I think there's something about the synergy of being in a group of doing things. So I like being by myself quite a lot of the time, so I don't know why I'm advocating for group experiences in some ways, and yet that is something that I would like an alien to experience. What's it like in a group of humans,
Yeah.
So it can actually be very uplifting, very exhilarating. Obviously it can be really bad news if you're in a riot. That's not so much fun.
Yeah, exactly.
The other thing I've thought about is the alien will have landed from above, presumably. It could have come out of the core of the earth, I suppose. That's the other thing. But if it's landed from above, it will have had some incredible views of the planet. And in a way, that's something that I think it could share with us. But I think looking at the Earth from the air, when the astronauts did that, you know, way back when I was a kid, and also more recently, when they see the planet, they come back much more moved by wanting to protect the planet, because it's such an incredible view. And I think, you know, understanding what does an alien see when it looks at our planet, it will probably be completely mystified as to why we're messing it up in the way that we are.
Kind of reminds me of the movie Disclosure Day that we watched recently. It's the new Steven Spielberg movie. I don't want to ruin the movie for anyone, but
Spoiler alert.
yeah, shall I? Well, just that it's kind of about aliens and about kind of let's just say listening to each other more. Anyway, let's do another one.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm going to shuffle them now
Yeah.
with a Hindu shuffle.
Yeah. Soft shoe shuffle. Yeah.
Hang on. Oh, should I do it? No, I won't. Okay.
You're going to cut them? Okay.
All right, so pick one.
Taking from the middle now, everybody, just to be fair.
All right, big question now, everyone.
Okay.
And Carol, if you don't want to answer any questions, you can just say skip.
Yeah.
What are your biggest mistakes?
Oh, gosh. Okay, so don't judge me, everybody. But being judgmental, I think, and critical in my life has been, you know, something that when I look back, I can see that I've done, and that's how hurtful that is to other people, and has led me to places that I would not have anticipated in terms of consequences of doing that when you're judgmental and critical. So that's one thing, that's like a behavior pattern that I've worked on a lot and tried to become, you know, to not do that. Of course, we do it. Being analytical and critical is necessary faculty, but when it's about sort of undermining other people or seeing faults in them, it's not something I want to keep doing. And of course, you know, that's a lifelong journey, that one. Got to change that. I wonder if there's any smaller mistakes I could think about. But that's a big one.
That's interesting. Yeah, it's a big one. Why do you think humans have the tendency to be judgmental, do you think?
Well, I think based on the neuroscience, our brains are wired for looking at things that aren't working. You know, so we're, you know, it's like, what is it? Rick Hansen, that amazing Buddhist teacher, talks about our minds are like Velcro for the bad and Teflon for the good. So,
hang on, let's break that down. Our minds are like Velcro for the bad.
Yeah.
So we like to stick to
we
the bad.
stick that. Really think about the Velcro fastenings on your bags or your shoes. They're really sticky, aren't they? So all the bad things just cling on to our thoughts and our ways of perceiving. And the good things are like Teflon. So that's that shiny surface on a frying pan or a saucepan that makes everything slide off.
Right,
so we don't
non-stick.
remember that. It's non-stick. So in terms of if your child comes back from school and says what they've done, you know, they've got 9 out of 10, you'll say, what was the 10th thing you got wrong, darling? As opposed to what were the 9 things you got right.
Yeah. Or like, we have so many wonderful people watching the channel, and they write comments that almost bring me to tears, and I feel so grateful. And yet, if there's one bad comment, it hurts me so deeply.
Yeah.
That's so interesting, isn't it? And I'm also naturally a kind of pessimistic, negative person, but it's so hard to change that. It's so hard to be positive, in my experience.
Well, we're wired for negativity is what the neuroscience says, and that comes back to like prehistoric. You need to be able to sort the environment. Is this my dinner or lunch, or is that my dinner or lunch, isn't it? It's like the saber-toothed tiger. You don't want to be standing around thinking, is this okay? You want to take shelter and run from that saber-toothed tiger. So seeing the bad in things, seeing the challenge, the difficulty, is actually a survival instinct, really. So I think the evidence is it goes back that far. And it's kind of like a mind training for us to think about what's good. So we have to really focus on that. So when we're irritated by someone or we're judging someone else, thinking about actually what's good here, what's good.
Yeah, it's a really good lesson. Okay, time to take another one. So far, Carol, do you think people on the street would be able to answer these questions?
I think if you prepared them a little bit and said, I've got some big questions for you, and I don't know if you like a challenge, that kind of thing, you might need a bit of time to think about it, because they are big, aren't they?
Huge.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
Not everybody's doing their shopping is going to be thinking about this, David.
Well, what I've noticed is I would like to say that I'm quite a deep thinker.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I think too much.
Can you think too much?
I think you can. I think you can overthink.
Okay, yeah.
And I think I overthink my life. But then I also noticed that maybe some people don't think enough. So I would like to introduce people to be thinking about their life. I like to call it, the philosophy of everyday life.
That's a good title for the activity. You could have a little placard saying.
Well, I think I stole it from someone, one of my favourite people, Alan de Botton.
Alan de Botton, good old Alan.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. This question is: what do you want more of in your life?
Oh, I don't know. That is a challenging question, everybody. What are you thinking about that, I wonder, as I'm stalling for time? What do I want more of in my life? I don't know. Every so often I think I would like more routine, but I'm not really a routine kind of a person, really. I like to do things more spontaneously. So the idea I have is that I would like to make sure I do this every day and that every day. But actually the reality is I probably don't. So I have some fantasies about things that would make my life better. That's one of them. So doing exercise every day, for example. Whereas in reality, I know that I have to have an event that I go to, like my Pilates class or my walking with a friend or whatever it might be, to make me do it with somebody else, because I enjoy that contact, that social contact, and it holds me to account more than trying to do it on my own.
100%, yeah.
So what would I like more of in my life? I don't know. I mean, this is going to sound really silly. I'm thinking I'm going to be confined to my home for a few weeks when I have an operation in the autumn. And so what I would like, everybody out there that's listening, is for people to come and visit me and bring me tea and coffee and, lunch and things like
Carol,
that.
You might have hundreds of people outside your house.
So this is my advert for a rota. But it's like I live by myself. So that's really special, those things so I stayed with some friends at the weekend. And they brought me tea in bed. I mean, that was just amazing because I'm the only one who would bring me tea in bed. I don't bother because I have to get up to do it.
Yeah, exactly. Wow.
So I'm lucky, I think, because I have lots in my life. I have a very rich life. I have people that I love that I can express that to. I make nice food for myself. I do interesting things. I'm still working. So I feel very blessed, I mean, one of the books I've read recently is about rest by Claudia Hammond.
Is it called Rest?
It's called Rest. And I think that's a really interesting book because I've read it because I want more rest in my life. That sounds bizarre because I'm a very busy person. But I just thought, what would it be to have more rest in my life? And she did a survey of people around the world and came up with these 10 things based on that survey. The 10th thing is mindfulness, that is the thing that people go to for rest. And number one, can you guess what number one is, everybody? It's reading, interestingly, because alone with a book, you can actually rest. But there are 9 other things in between 1 and 10, obviously. I'm not going to go through them all.
Do you recommend the book?
I recommend the book because you can look at the introduction, see the 10 things and think, got it, don't need to read it. But actually when you read it, she's really interesting about how she talks about those 10 things and our relationship to rest. And I think that will change through your life. So I'm at the sort of top end of my life, the back end of my life, however you want to put it. I'm old, basically, is what I'm saying. And if you're younger, if you're in your 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, different things will appeal to you about why you want to rest. And all of you in midlife will, have lots of things, lots of balls that you're juggling in the air that will make you think, God, I wish I could rest. And in that book, there's something that will speak to you. I'm not on commission, by the way.
That's really interesting. I think it's made me think about 2 things. One, nowadays, because you said you can see the 10 things and think, I've got them all, it's done. But actually reading the book, you get way more out of it. Just because nowadays there are so many apps that just show short summaries of books. And it's like, well, that's not the book.
No.
That's just a really short, condensed version of it. And I think it shows kind of what the society now, how we want the information, we want the thing. We don't want to have any effort to do it.
Yeah.
That made me think of it. And the other thing is about rest is I think I just watch too much TV and I don't feel well rested afterwards.
Well, that's very interesting because TV is actually one of those 10 things. And I think just building on what you said in your first comment and linking it to this one is that when she really kind of challenges the stereotype and the assumption that TV is bad and rubbish and all those things. And so it's the way that she looks at those 10 things. And when we read it, to pick up on your earlier point, our connection, what's going on in our bodies, minds, emotions, when we make our personal connection to that information. So, okay, people are wanting to get the information, eat it like a sandwich almost, filling. But actually, when we really engage with that information, there's a transformation that goes on inside us that makes us think, what does the TV mean to me? What are the things when I watch TV that give me rest? How are they different from the things I watch on TV that don't? So that you could allow yourself to, be okay with watching TV, because there is a kind of superior position that we can take about TV, which is this is mass culture, it's a load of rubbish, it's pap or whatever. I don't want to watch it. But actually, there's really good reasons for watching lots of different kinds of TV. You get different things from those shows. I mean, I'm going to let you speak in a minute, but can I just tell you one example? I don't like football. I'm sorry, everybody, about the World Cup and everything. And I did actually take a little bit of interest. But a friend of mine was recommended by a friend of hers to watch Ted Lasso, which is on Apple TV. I'd never come across it.
Can I just say, it looks like we're sponsoring so many
which we're
things
not,
right
but maybe they will want to sponsor you now.
Yeah.
And I'd never watched it. And my friend Jean said to me, let's watch one episode. And when she was up, we watched one episode. And I'm into series 3 now, so I'm a big fan. So even though it's about football, the writing, the acting, the message, the philosophy is absolutely extraordinary, because you see people, yes, playing a game, yes, being horrible to each other, but also you see Ted, the main character, just transforming those teams in how he works with them. There's such a good message in there, which I could have been very snooty about. Oh, I don't like football. Oh, that's crass, And it's so not.
Well, what I recommend is, because the writer-director has also done other shows, and if you like Ted Lasso,
yes, please,
then you will probably like Rooster, which is really good, and also Shrinking.
Fantastic. You see, I didn't know about these. Come on here, expand your mind.
Yeah, but we need to go to another question soon. But I just wanted to say that at the same time, activities are always either passive or active. So someone watching this, for example, could be writing down all of the incredible words that you are using, writing down the sentence, making their own sentences. That's active learning, or just passively watching. And it's the same with, like, when I'm watching TV, occasionally I might watch a debate, for example. So I'll watch a debate on TV. But I'm very involved with it. I'm focused. Or I might be watching something that's a bit where it takes away my need to think.
Yes,
rather. Yeah. It takes away essentially you're plugging your consciousness into that show.
So it switches you off. Yeah.
It switches you off, and I think that's why people like TV, because our brains are so active. Not many people actually meditate on a daily basis or are able to be in control of their thoughts. I say in control, to know in a sense that you are not your thoughts and that thoughts are happening just like breathing happens to you. I've met many people who don't believe that. Like, no, I am my thoughts.
Yes.
And I thought, wow, that's really interesting.
Yeah, and that's another thing. What your observation there is also in the book, that actually that our minds are never really switched off. So that is a bit of a myth. So even when we're in a relaxed state doing various things, the brain is still doing something. And that's the mystery. It's like about daydreaming, for example, which we think is a waste of time. But actually there's something really important going on there. Yeah. And the same with dreaming at night, that we don't know what's going on so much there. Is it cleaning up what's going on in our brains? But so Claudia Hammond brings you back to the idea that actually your brain never really switches off. It's just operating in different modes that are all really fascinating and useful in some way.
And all of those activities are useful. to some extent.
Yeah.
But I think some people do certain activities more than others. So, for example, there's a reason why my wife and I love walking. Like walking is the one where it's almost like a bit of a computer analogy, but you're defragging
Yeah.
your computer.
Yeah.
So you're kind of, you're putting it's like a puzzle, putting all the things back together, or something like that.
And walking in nature is one of those 10.
I think I need to read the book,
Yeah.
don't I? Let's do another question. All right, let's do another one.
And I'm not on commission for that book either. There we go.
Okay, this is another really big question. I don't think I can go out on the street and ask people these questions. If you think I can, let me know in the comments and write to the streets, something like that, and I will do it. This question is, what do you regret not continuing doing?
Oh, gosh.
You can take your time to think about it.
It's a double negative, people, isn't it? What do you regret not continuing doing?
So what do you regret?
That I'm not still doing?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think one of the answers that's come to me is learning a language. So I did French and German at school, and Latin, but hey, you can't speak much Latin these days. There's very few people who want to talk Latin with you. Always were, apart from the Romans, of course. But anyway, French and German, I mean, David is an incredible linguist, absolutely fluent in French. And I think there was a point in France when we used to go on holidays as families together to France. And when David started studying French, and became fluent, I thought, I don't think I can risk my French anymore in this context, because I was making too many mistakes and, fluency. I mean, I love speaking in other languages. I love that connection, and I love words. So I love the origins of words. And I think that's really, studying those languages has taught me a lot about the words that I enjoy in English and where those derive from. And I think once you get past the fact that in Paris, if you try and speak French like I do, I mean, I'm actually not bad. I did do it till 18, and I did go to France and I did some study and so on, but I could be better. And I think I've just let it fall, because I'm not going to France. How would I use it? You've got to have a reason if you're learning a language to do it. But David's got lots of ideas, hasn't he, about learning languages and islands and things like that, which has really kind of intrigued me, the way that you teach that. And I thought, oh yeah, I could maybe do more. I wish I had more of a reason to do that, but I don't. But I have loved doing it, and I've really been inspired by my French teachers particularly, and by them taking an interest in me and mentoring me.
Yeah, I think my French teachers also kind of, unknowingly now, had a huge impact on me. I just didn't realize it at the time. But yeah, I always wondered, like, how good can you get at a language when you don't have a reason to learn it? And my guess is B1 level.
Yeah, well, because you've got to have motivation.
Yeah, well, I think I need to do a video on motivation, because I have maybe a different opinion to others about motivation, because you also need discipline, routine, strong habits, accountability.
Yeah.
So like you said about doing exercise and doing it with friends, it's the same thing.
You've got to have a goal, really. If you want to learn a language, you've got to have a goal. And
But I was going to say that my Korean improved so much in 3 months. Well, actually, it improved more in 3 months than it did in the previous 3 years. Because I joined a kind of accountability group where we had challenges. We had to hold each other accountable, and you had to be honest and say, look, I didn't do it today. I'm really sorry to my team.
Yeah.
And then, it's okay, David, just make sure you do it tomorrow. Yeah. And I felt responsible for the group. And it was a 90-day challenge. And actually, if you're interested in joining a 90-day challenge with me and other people, let me know in the comments. Just put 90-day, and maybe we can do it together.
Fantastic.
Yeah, but that's what helped me. Anyway, let's do
another card.
Let's do another one.
Okay, what's that one?
What have you sacrificed To be who you are today.
Oh, gosh.
These are all difficult questions.
Sacrifice is a big word, isn't
What have
it?
you
It's like,
sacrificed to be who you are today?
I don't know.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't know. Very, very tough question. 'Cause that word sacrifice, it sort of suggests something really quite hard that you've had to give up other things for. I don't suppose I've seen anything much that I've done as a big sacrifice. I think when you're a mother, you've always got that tension between, and I've worked all my life really. I've had some time off when my son Harry was born, but you're always, to some extent, you're juggling that time, that work-life balance, which every parent has to do, not just mothers, you know. So there's always that pull of other things that are calling your attention, and you can look back and think, oh, if only I had spent more time doing X or Y. But I think I did the things as a mother that I could do with Harry. And to be honest, I wasn't always the best at playing with certain toys or, you know, I mean, I have built a lot of Lego castles in my time. You know, that was a bit of a sacrifice of a Christmas day, but it was all in a good cause. So it's like you do things for people that you love that actually don't feel too sacrificial. I think, I don't know, I've been lucky. What have I also done? I don't know, I just don't, I suppose it depends how you see, I don't see that, that's not a view that I have about my life. I don't see.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I would say that I sacrificed my time with my family to be who I am today.
Yeah.
You know, because I left home at 18.
Yeah.
I've lived abroad for the majority, most of my adult life. And I guess I missed all these changes, and I regret that, and I think about that sometimes. But I'm happy to be back now.
Yes.
I'm really, really happy about it.
Yeah, and I think you have such deep connections with your family that although you missed out on the time, it's the quality of the relationships that you have.
Should we do one last one?
Yeah.
Okay. One last one, everyone.
Okay.
Choose very carefully.
Okay. Take this one. What does that one say?
What would you try to achieve if you didn't worry about what other people thought?
Oh gosh, I don't know. Obviously, I think most people worry about what other people think. Whether that applies to what I would like to achieve, I don't know. Because actually, I quite like being, you know, kind of defying expectations. So, I mean, I suppose it might link to things that you feel vulnerable about. And I don't know, I've not got a long list of things that I want to achieve, really, anymore. And the things that for example, I have thought about going back to studying, but do I really want to spend 3 years of my life doing that when who knows how long I've got, you know? Not to be miserable and maudlin, I'm not planning to go anytime soon, but another book you should read is Adam Grant's 4,000 Weeks, which is basically what most of us have got if you multiply 52 by the average life expectancy. And I'm a long way through my 4,000.
Hang on, who's the author of that?
Adam Grant.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I think so. Well, we can check that out, people. We can correct that. Who do you think it is?
It is
Oliver Burkeman.
Oliver Burkeman.
It's Oliver Burkeman. I've talked about it before. So it's been an influential... It's Oliver Burkeman. Sorry, Oliver. It's you.
Yeah, it's a good book.
So
all of his books are good.
All of his books are good. So I think that... I suppose I'm very thoughtful about what do I want to spend my time doing. And a lot of it is not about achieving anything much, apart from learning to be in my body, in this place, in this time, right now, and experiencing what's good and all the blessings, and supporting other people to do what's important for them. So I don't feel it's because I've not got the existing desire to achieve something. I may discover after this interview this afternoon, it may pop up that I want to achieve something, but I haven't thought about it. I don't mean I'm not achievement oriented. I am in many ways, but I can't think of anything at the moment.
Do you worry less about what other people think as you get older?
I think probably. But I don't know. I'm not immune from what other people...
In your experience?
In my experience.
Like from when you were younger to now?
Yeah. I think you do worry less about that because you become more of who you are and you're more sure that this is what is your thing and you love doing that. And so if people want to judge you for that, you don't really care because that's your self-expression, that's your thing that you do well, and that's who you are. And it's kind of like take it or leave it. And also you draw people around you who are supportive, who are interested, who are like-minded. So you're not having to deal with, perhaps the judgment that we might fear.
Yeah, absolutely.
You resonate with that? Yeah. Sorry, go on.
Oh, do I resonate with that? Yes, because I think I've said this a few times, but I wanted to start a YouTube channel 19, 20 years ago. I was too scared, worried about what other people thought of me. And when you have this compelling desire to do something, you can push it down as much as you want, but it always comes to the top again. Always comes to the top. And I think that's what's really interesting. So it was always going to happen. I just had to get over the fact that people are always going to judge you. And there's nothing you can do about that.
No.
Absolutely nothing.
No.
So you may as well just do the things you want to do in your life and enjoy it and enjoy the journey.
Yes. So I would never start my own YouTube channel because of that, because you just get people being critical of you, don't you?
Oh, right. So you wouldn't like that?
I wouldn't do that. I mean, I don't particularly want to do that, but that would certainly dissuade me from doing that.
Yeah, well,
I'd rather be on yours.
Well, it's a big thing, isn't it? Yeah. Should we squeeze one more in?
Yeah.
Okay, last one.
Okay.
Last one, everyone. Do a quick shuffle.
What does that one say?
Okay, last one. What would you do if you could wave a magic wand? So in other words, you could do anything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I would get rid of all the aches and pains that you have at my age and be able to walk without any pain and to sleep well. That's in a nutshell. Yeah. Short answer.
I mean, I'm relatively young, relatively, but I'm already getting pains in my body. And I do think about, well, what's it going to be like in 10, 20, 30 years? And how do you come to terms with that? How do you come to terms with the changes of your body, but also permanent changes sometimes? For example, I went on a walk yesterday with my wife, and I was lying down on a big rock, looking up at the sky. And normally I would think, wow, what a beautiful sky. Yet all I noticed were these floaters.
In your eyes.
I have so many of them that I couldn't enjoy it. And it almost made me cry. It did. It almost made me cry thinking... But then I kind of shifted and thought, well, this is your reality.
You can see.
At least you can see, and at least I can enjoy the sensation of the sun, the breeze, and I can see bits of the sky. But for a moment, it did make me very sad. But it's permanent, and it seems to be getting worse. But
that's a human condition. So that, and again, that's the brain wired for negativity, isn't it? So it's it's focusing on what you can, as well as what that may need attention. It's not that we shouldn't focus on those things, but I think, and also there are lots of people my age who don't, have, wouldn't answer that question in that way, and it's not all doom and gloom and pain and suffering. So don't take heart, everybody. Stay optimistic.
Some great phrases, doom and gloom. Yeah, absolutely. I wonder what I would do. What was the question? If you could
wave a magic wand, what would yours be?
I would probably just want some more financial security.
Yeah.
Because I'm very happy with what we're doing, but financially speaking, we're not quite there yet. Yeah. Or I would just love to have my own house, a cottage.
Yeah.
In the Peak District, and you could all visit me, and we'd all go on walks together.
Be careful, there's a big audience out there. Could you fit them all in?
In the cottage? Maybe we could have like tents, like at a farm or something.
Not all together. You'd have to come, by agreement.
Yeah.
Let's see. So, I love the fact that you used the word yet.
So. Oh, did I do that?
You did. So I think that's such a powerful word. And if you haven't So again, this I should be getting sponsorship from Carol Dweck now.
I was going to say, are you going to mention
The Power of Yet? Yes,
Yeah.
because her work with children,
mindset, isn't it?
Yeah, growth mindset.
Growth mindset.
But it's so important when you're learning anything to have that growth mindset. And she's done incredible work with underprivileged young people, certainly in the States, but across the world. Which, if you don't know her work and you're working in that field, YouTube The Power of Yet, Carol Dweck, Dweck. Phenomenal woman.
Yeah, it changed. I mean, it's obviously my wife and I are teachers. It's part of,
What you do.
What we do. Yeah. Anyway, Carol, it's been amazing. Really interesting answers, food for thought. And I feel like I'm a bit nervous, but I think I will go out on the streets and ask people these big questions and just to see what they say. So thank you for coming on the show today. I say the show. It's not a show, is it?
It is now.
It is now on the show. But yeah, on the podcast, let's say.
Thank you for watching, everybody. I've loved speaking with you. Do reply to David's whatever podcast.
Yeah. All right. Thanks a lot. That's it from us. Bye-bye.